This is a clip from an earlier live stream. I know you're going to like it, so the link to the full video is down below. Check it out. I'll see you over there.
Obviously, all started with the Charlie Kirk murder. Let me tell you this. I don't care how good of an investigator she thinks she is. I don't care. She's never going to get to the bottom of this. Never. If the government is hiding something, she's not going to uncover it. We couldn't uncover John F. Kennedy's true assassination. And I know there's a lot more to it. It's been 63 years and we can't get to the bottom of it. Martin Luther King, the same thing. Robert F. Kennedy, the same thing. Jimmy Hoffa, the same thing. If people don't want you in power to get to the answers, you're not going to get to it. Period. She's not going to do it. If that's her real motive, it's not going to happen. So as her husband, I'd say, hey, wake up. Where are you going with this? What's your motive? Where are you going? You alone are not going to prove this. It's not going to happen. If the United States government, like she alleges, and the Israeli government, like she alleges, is behind this in some way, you're not going to prove it. It's not going to come out. So why are you doing all of this? What's your end game? And somebody said, well, I'm going to read some of the comments. Well, because she wants to enlighten people about how bad the government could be. Like, I don't know that. Like, people don't know that at this point. I wrote a book, Mafia Democracy. You're preaching to the choir. As a matter of fact, I know more than you with respect to the government and how shady and underhanded they could be. And I think most people get it now. So if that's your motive, well, you already accomplished that. Now it's time to back off. Now I understand she had to take a break from the internet because she was concerned about this alleged death threat on her life. Well, as her husband, why would you let it get to that point? Why wouldn't you sit her down as your equal, your wife, and say, listen, I'm worried about you. Enough is enough. It's time to shut it down. You're not going to prove anything. It's time to shut it down. We have 4 children, and we have a marriage, and we have a life. And I don't care how much you love Charlie Kirk. You're not going to get to the bottom of this. So I'm your husband now. I come first. Enough. Why would he do that? Because he's protecting her, protecting his marriage and his kids. There is a time when you can, as a consensus, you come together and you say, that's enough. Now, that's my belief, and I stand by it, and I'll say it again. I would never, ever sit back and let my wife be the object of such vitriol and hatred and abuse online. People calling her all sorts of names. She's lost her mind. She's this, she's that. And of course, listen, she brought a lot of this on herself because there's other things that she said, other things about Protestants. There was other things that she said about other people. I'm not going to get into all of that. Whether it's right or wrong, true or false, it doesn't matter. And I am not commenting on that. I'm commenting only on what she stated. Right, wrong, indifferent, I'm not commenting on it. So get it straight, because I know we'll get a lot of people, saying silly things that I said she's wrong. I'm not saying anything about what she's trying to do. I'm not saying there's not more to the Charlie Kirk murder. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying a lot of the stuff that she's saying is false or true or anything else. I'm only commenting on her husband's obligation at some point to say, enough. You put yourself in a tough position here. Enough. I'm not going to stand by and wait. Maybe I'm walking down the street and somebody's going to throw something at you or spit at you, or you have to worry when you're out alone in a parking lot. I'm not going to do that because there's lunatics also on social media, and you've made a lot of enemies. I have a question for all you guys out there. Before I show you this video, I have a question. Candace Owens has now become the object of a hit on her, according to her. She's also gone silent on social media for a while because she said she needed to. She's also become the object of vitriol, hatred, ridicule, and scorn in big numbers. Don't take my word for it. Go on social media. She's put herself in that position. But she said, if my husband told me to stop, I would stop. Her husband did not tell her to stop, and that's the position she's in. For you men out there, how would you feel if your wife was in the position of Candace Owens right now? Ladies, I ask you the same question. How would you feel if you were in Candace Owens' position right now, where she allegedly had to go cold on social media for a while because, according to her, there's a hit out on her. Her life is in jeopardy. How would you feel if your husband, you're in a marriage, if he did nothing to rein it in and to try to stop you, when all he had to do, according to Candace, and probably according to you, is say, I don't want you to do this anymore. You're jeopardizing your life, our marriage, our children. Stop. How would you feel if you were in her position right now and your husband could have stopped it? I asked the ladies that, and I asked the guys. How would you feel to have your wife in that position? Would you have done something to stop it? We're going to show you video number 1. I'm going to read some of the comments, and then we're going to show you video number 2 that I wrote to follow it. Between the two of them, like 1 million people responded. So this is something that people have strong feelings about, very strong feelings about. So I think it's very appropriate that we talk about it on this platform also, since we've gotten such a reaction on X platform. Hey, everyone. You know, Candace Owens has certainly been a hot topic of conversation over the past couple of months on social media. I would say ever since Charlie Kirk was tragically murdered back in September. And I'm not going to comment on some of her theories and the things that she said about that and about the Macrons and other people. You know, if that's what her thing is, then that's what her thing is. She certainly, you know, seemed to want to become the #1 podcaster. So she created a lot of controversy. That's what does it seems. But here's what I have to say. Her husband, why would he allow her to do this? Because she is really getting a lot of hate mail. A lot of people are turning on her, really putting her in a situation where people are hating on her. Why would you allow your wife to be put in that position? I would never put my wife in that position, not for social media, not for money, not for anything. To be so hated. I mean, she's out there, she's in public. You know, she's claiming now that the Macrons have, a hit out on her. They want to assassinate her. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about just normal people on social media that have really turned on her and really have spewed hatred out on her. Why would you allow your wife to be put in that position? I hold him fully responsible. I would never put my wife in that position to where people hate on her so much because of what she's doing on social media. I think that's, 100% wrong on his part. And I don't know what their motive is. He's got plenty of money. They don't need money. You know, it was him that I believe caused her to leave the Christian church and become a Catholic. It's still Christianity, but, she turned to Catholicism. He seems to have a lot of pull over her. Why would he put her in jeopardy like that? I hold him 100% responsible if something would have happened to her. Any lunatic could take a shot at her for whatever reason. But she set herself up for it. No one to blame but her. And I hold him responsible. I hope nothing happens to her. But in my view, 100% responsible, not manly, not what a husband should be doing, not one bit. All right, you saw the video. Now let's get into some of the comments. I'm not going to name the names of people. I don't put people on Front Street. But here's one. This is a good one. Spot on, Michael. No matter how much of a fighter I'd want to be, I just cannot imagine my husband allowing so many people to disrespect me online and to endanger my life while doing so. I just can't picture in my head him knowing that and being like, this is fine. But this is how masculine and feminine polarity works. She's a great woman, but she's more in her masculine and therefore would be with a man more compatible to that. No woman in her soft feminine would attract a man that allows her to argue on the internet to a degree that it puts her life and potentially their kid's life at risk. And this is what she's saying. Candace is saying her life is at risk. It's not other people saying that. And what this woman said is spot on. She said it as well or better than I did. She can't understand her husband ever putting her in that position or allowing her to get herself in that position. Okay, here's another woman. The comments section taught a great lesson. It's only you, meaning me, and Zionists that hate real Candace Owen. The rest of the world loves her. Where did I say I hated Candace Owen? I'm a Zionist? Why am I a Zionist? Where did that come out of what I just posted up there? You saw what I posted. But I hate Candace Owen. She has no clue what she's talking about. Yet she says, I hate her. These are the comments. Look at the post and then comment intelligently. Zionist. Here's another one. Damn, Mike, Israel got to you too? After PBD, Patrick Bet-David, was compromised, it only makes sense. How did Israel get to me when I'm talking about her husband protecting her from all the vitriol that she's receiving online? What did that have to do with anything? These people comment. I don't even understand where they're coming from. Israel got to me. Why am I so important that Israel is going to get to me? Yeah, Netanyahu is going to send people to talk to me, like I make a difference in his life or Israel's existence. It's so inane. It doesn't even make sense. But this is what you have on social media. Instead of commenting, hey, it's not her husband's job or whatever, you make some ridiculous, nonsensical comment like that. Here's another one. So if people hate you for telling the truth, you should shut up? No, that's not how it works. Your logic is flawed. What does that mean? What I'm saying is, again, she's the subject of vitriol, and now she claims her life is in danger. So when do you stop? When does the husband jump in and say, hey, enough? You're endangering your life and the life of our family, and maybe our marriage. Enough. But what is she saying? My logic is flawed in that? Let me ask you, ladies, don't you want your husband to be protective of you? If you were doing something that might be on the verge of endangering yourself, should your husband not say something to you? Should he not say, hey, enough? You made your point here. You're not the FBI. You're not an investigator. You're not going to get to the bottom of this. Enough. We have a marriage. We have kids. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you walking out in the street and somebody throwing, hatred at you and spewing vitriol at you. Isn't that what a man is supposed to do? People have lost sight of what a man and a husband are supposed to be. That's not controlling your wife. That's caring for your wife. That's loving your wife. That's protecting your wife. I don't understand the logic in some of these people, the comments that they make. Not me. There's another comment. He's a supportive husband. Imagine the pillow talk in that household. Another guy would have committed her or divorced her, but he's stuck in there because that's true love. Really? Stuck in there for what? He's sitting back while his wife is on there, getting everybody a lot of people to hate her. Let me be clear and say everybody. But enough. Go on social media. A lot of people have turned on this woman. And she says her life is in danger. She said it. She claimed it. When is enough enough? That's loving your wife by allowing that to continue? By not talking her out of it? By not sitting her down saying enough? That's loving her? Oh, I'll let you go on there, honey. And don't worry about it. Keep it up. No problem. If they hate you, they hate you. If they spit at you when you're walking down the street, it's okay. If they put a hit on you from France, that's okay. Don't worry about it. What kind of flawed logic is that? Because we lose track and sight of what men are supposed to be like. I don't understand these comments. Another one. Candace Owens is an outspoken political commentator. No man, including her husband, is going to muzzle her. Well, let me tell you this. Candace Owens' own words. She said, "The only way I will stop is if Erica Kirk or my husband tells me to stop."
No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erica Kirk has the power to shut me up right now. That's it.
Which means he has it. Which means he's irresponsible. Which means he's allowed his wife to become the object of hate and vitriol and possible put her life in danger. He's done nothing to stop it. So yeah, I'm calling him out. That's not what a husband does. I'm not doubting you love your wife. You're just not acting the way you're supposed to act with your wife, towards your wife, protecting your wife. It's millions of Americans who are sick of Trump giving Netanyahu a blank check to bomb Gaza and oppose Trump's involvement in the Israel-Iran conflict. I thought you MAGAs were all about America first. What does that have to do with anything? She made her comment about that. A lot of people disagree with what's going on in Israel. What does that have to do with anything? Because you're probably an anti-Semite, you make a comment like that? I'm talking about her husband protecting her. That's what this was about. Another one, because he loves and supports his wife and doesn't believe it's his right to allow her to do anything. He loves her and in turn supports what passion she chooses to pursue. It's called a good husband. No, that's not called a good husband. A good husband protects his wife. If a wife is going outside of where she should be going, he's supposed to tell her, and vice versa. You know how many times my wife checks me sometimes? Hey, you know what you're doing? You sure? There's nothing wrong with that. I'll pay attention to my wife. I'll listen to her. If I disagree with her, I'll tell her. But what's wrong? You're supposed to do that. That's what a relationship is all about. You watch one another. You protect one another. This is not only a one-way street. A wife can do that with her husband too if he's making a mistake. That's what marriage is about. It's about protecting one another, loving one another. You don't love somebody by allowing them to do whatever the hell they want and putting themselves in danger. And remember, it's her own words. She's the one saying she's in danger. She's the one that says a hit is out on her. And the vitriol coming online against her is to a point where enough. You don't know what true love is, my friend. If you think allowing your spouse to do anything that he wants or she wants is true love, no, not when it comes to their protection and their safety. Oh, here's another good one. You're retarded. I'm retarded for wanting to protect my wife and wanting Candace's husband to protect her. That's being retarded. Says a lot about you. I'm not going to mention your name. I don't put you on Front Street. Okay, here's another one. Because George doesn't own Candace. Okay, she's made it very clear that nothing matters more than truth and righteousness and that she won't cower to bullies who clearly have something to hide. Charlie wasn't some random influencer. He was like a brother to her. They basically grew up and forged their careers together. So she's supposed to just sit back and let some BS slop full of holes, lies, and anomalies pass by after watching her friend get publicly executed. Only a sellout would do that. Is Erica Kirk a sellout? Is she a sellout? Answer that question. That's his wife. She's not out there doing all of this. Are you saying that Candace Owens cares more about Charlie Kirk than Erica Kirk does? Are you saying that? And Candace Owens' statement was, the only way I'll stop right now if you were in that position and your husband sat by and let it happen, because he did let it happen, because she said he could have stopped it.
I know you liked that episode. This is actually a clip from a larger live stream. The link is down in the description, so you can go check it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down there. Grace and peace.